Hello and a very warm welcome. Today is a very special video as we continue our Bad F1 Driver series. And today is the GOAT, the pacey Venezuelan Pastor Maldonado. Now, Maldonado does divide opinion and people see him as a terrible driver. But on his day, he was absolutely rapid and quick. Pastor Maldonado, the first Venezuelan to win a Grand Prix, and he can take that to his grave. Pastor Maldonado won the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix as he held off home favourite Fernando Alonso. He drove for Williams and Lotus. He was a very quick driver. Now, would you call him a bad driver? Because he's an extremely quick driver, Pastor Maldonado. I mean, he's won a race. Nico Hulkenberg's not won a race. Maldonado has won a race and deservedly won that race. He was absolutely rapid and he held off a double world champion. Very quick but reckless, clumsy, stupid at times. He won the GP2 championship in 2010 and he actually beat Sergio Perez to the title. And twice. Now, this is Maldonado's downfall. A lot of reprimands, a lot of penalty points, and twice he used his car as a weapon. Once on Lewis Hamilton at Spa, swiped across him, and one on Sergio Perez at Monaco. Famous shunts for Maldonado include Gutierrez at Bahrain, where Gutierrez famously said, "Whoa, what was that?" That was fucking Maldonado's son. Pastor Maldonado, born the 9th of March 1985, is a Venezuelan professional racing driver. He competed in Formula 1 2011 to 2015 and he was the Pirelli test driver after his Formula 1 career. His best known moment in Formula 1 was winning the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix. Pastor Maldonado had 96 starts and he had the car number 13. Now, for those that don't know, 13 is an unlucky number. Why did he have the car number 13? His first race was 2011 Australia. His last race was Abu Dhabi. Now, it's kind of crazy. Maldonado, the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix, he got pole position and won the race. Lewis Hamilton actually got pole position, but he got a penalty and got sent to the back of the grid. I mean, he's raced in Formula Renault, Italian F300, Formula Renault 3.5, GP2 Series, GP2 Asia, and then Formula 1. Maldonado. Now, I don't think you can say he was a bad driver. He was extremely quick, Maldonado. I mean, you don't win a GP2 championship if you're slow. This is a guy who's won at Monaco as well. And he's won a race in Formula 1. Amazing. So, 2010 in GP2, he drove for Rapax and was the champion, beating the likes of Sergio Perez with 6 wins. Then he gets to Formula 1, Williams, finished 18th in the drivers. Then his best season in Formula 1 2012 where he finished 15th with 45 points and he won a race. But typical Maldonado style, he wins the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix and then he doesn't score points 9 races after. Just typical Maldonado. 13th, 2013 18th, then he went to Lotus 16th, 14th. And then 2016, 2017, he was a Pirelli test driver. And then he went to endurance racing and did Le Mans. So, Maldonado, wow. Just look at this, right? He won the Spanish Grand Prix. And then 9 races after, he didn't score points till Japan. Pastor Maldonado. That's just typical. And the thing with Maldonado, I stand by that. He was a very quick driver, but he was so clumsy. He's getting clumsy accidents, looking down at his steering wheel and going off the road at China. So, I don't know. Can you call him a bad driver? Like, where's it say about his reprimands? I mean, he got a lot of reprimands. Here we go, reprimands. Now, there's literally a topic regarding Maldonado and reprimands. Whilst driving in Formula 1, Maldonado gained 4 penalty points in 2014. He also was the most reprimanded driver in 2012, which was actually his best season. And Maldonado, 2013, 5 driver-related reprimands, ranging from speeding in the pit lane and collisions. Now, when I went to Silverstone in 2012, Maldonado and Perez collided. I remember that. And I remember Perez kicking like the grass. Maldonado, like, the guy's quick. Look at his 2012 season. He should have scored points in Australia. But yeah, he crashed on the last lap chasing Alonso. Probably the most angry I've ever been with Pastor Maldonado was when he took out Lewis Hamilton at Valencia. That is Maldonado in a nutshell. So brain dead. I mean, Hamilton, he literally had no tyres left. Maldonado, he went for the overtake. He should have just slot in behind him, re-overtake him on the next straight. But typical Maldonado comes straight back on the track into the side of him. Just stupid things like that. The famous one with Gutierrez, looking down at the steering wheel and going off the circuit. Using his car as a weapon. But there's no doubting that Maldonado, on his day, was a very quick driver. I mean, he won a race in Formula 1. Who probably will be the only Venezuelan to ever win a race. He can take that to his grave, that he won a Formula 1 race. He did his country proud. Okay, he may not be the best driver. He may not be the most talented driver. I remember Lewis Hamilton doing a feature with Valtteri Bottas, and they had a photo because famously Alonso and Kimi Räikkönen lifted Maldonado up on their shoulders and they blanked Maldonado out. And I always remember Lewis Hamilton going, Bottas was like, I know who that is. And Lewis Hamilton was like, Mark Webber. And Bottas was like, no. And then Lewis was like, no, that's not Maldonado. Like, he was just seen as a banter driver. But I stand by that. Pastor Maldonado was a very quick driver. He won the GP2 championship. I mean, and he beat Perez in the 2010 GP2 championship. Williams, he won a race. I mean, it's madness. It's absolutely madness. And he was fantastic that day. Like, he didn't make a mistake. He was very quick. He held off Alonso. He could have easily buckled under the pressure, but he kept it together. So I think this is the 12th driver we've done. I think we've all caught up now. So if you do have any drivers that you want me to cover, comment down below. Yeah. So Maldonado, he got a pole position. He won a race. He got one podium. And it was a 2012 Spanish Grand Prix. And then famously, after he won the race, Maldonado, the Williams garage was on fire, weren't it? Maldonado, love or hate him, is the last guy to win a race for Williams. Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. The GOAT. An absolute god. Maldonado. Pastor Maldonado will go down as a fantastic driver. Like, everyone just sees him as a banter driver. But if you actually... It's kind of a lazy argument to call Maldonado Maldonado's a terrible driver. Because, wow, interesting that F1 have just posted Romain Grosjean. A video on Romain Grosjean. Big interview with him. That will be interesting. Yeah, but it's kind of a lazy argument to say Maldonado was a terrible driver. Of course, the incidents, the clumsiness didn't help him. But on his day, he was absolutely rapid, honestly. He was actually rapid. Yeah, he did some great races in 2012 for Williams, but yeah. Maldonado. Comment down below your thoughts on Pastor Maldonado. But whatever you think of him, you can never take 2012 Spanish Grand Prix win away from him. He earned that day. Wow. Maldonado, what a legend.